Boo acolytes. Of course, the jump scare, not as scary as it should be. Because as we can all probably agree on right now, is that Ethan Klein has a hard time right now. I personally don't have to like the guy, and by the way, I don't. But I see that he got really shafted hard by the entire, well, other community. Let's just say it like that. And now he presumably gets sued. Let's see what more Pegasus has to say about it, because this cannot be true. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, no, it's definitively true, because yes, this would be how you actually go forward against people like, or how people like that would actually act. That's not even surprising, or it shouldn't be, let's say it like that.
The H3H3 situation has somehow gotten worse. Local Hassan Orbiter and streamer Denims has decided to threaten a lawsuit to Ethan. Why? Because Ethan called her out for spreading the lies and misinformation about Ethan's kids, which may have potentially led to the CPS call on his kids. And apparently she's now suing him for defamation. She's also started a GoFundMe of $150,000 to sue Ethan, and some
I'm gonna be honest, acolytes, I think this thing is done. The things she said are more than enough to actually show that she's guilty. But on the other hand, well, it's still a judge has to decide it. And, well, we all know how judges can be.
Some actual morons have actually donated $30,000 so far. I really don't know what kind of lobotomites are watching and supporting Denims, probably like the biggest simps you've ever seen. So we're just gonna go over her lawsuit as well as Ethan's response to the quote defamatory statements. Ethan has also sent her a legal letter in response, which we'll be looking at, and we'll look at some of the skeletons in Denim's closet as well, because she also has a lot that she can be sued for. She falsely calls people Nazis, puts bounties on people. It's really glass houses throwing stones here. Anyways, let's start with this tweet here. Ethan Klein, retract or you may want to replace your lawyer who can't do shit. Despite publicly acknowledging that I've never endorsed and even denounced calling CPS on Ethan, he has continued to spread this malicious lie. And then she's linked ethankleinlie.com, which is a GoFundMe page. We should hold influential creators like this to the same...
By the way, if you say one thing and afterwards denounce it that it's not true, if you have it on record, you have it on record. This may work on Twitch, but normally if you have a judge that actually can logically think, this won't work. But, well,
standard we hold anyone else to, I'm gonna do my part. If Ethan Klein doesn't retract his lies about me, I will look into legal avenues to convince him that he should have. And somehow this actually got 20k likes. Here's what people are saying. Ethan said you promoted the rumor by having bad empanada and talked about it afterwards. I don't think he ever said you directly called them, so defamation wouldn't count. Sue that Jew. That's interesting. I predict that she will regret this, and she definitely will after Ethan dusts her in court and probably countersues her. You defame people daily. You're only suing him because you were in a failed hit piece on him and you pretended to say something nice about him at the end. In other words, you're pathetic. Hope Ethan countersues you till you're dirt ass poor. So here we are on her fundraiser page, suing Ethan Klein for defamation legal fund, and apparently only 1,200 people have donated, which have raised this amount. So people are donating.
Wait. 1,200 acolytes. Let's split that quickly on where is it? Where is my Taschen ratio now? Just to get a very accurate thingy bob here. 33080 geteilt durch 1200. So basically per head people had to donate about 2,700 27 no not 27, what the fuck is this? I mispressed. I'm gonna come back. No 2,700 per head. No, what am I counted it wrongly. accolades. I am a dumbass. Oh, irrelevant.
Donating like
Good.
$1,000 here. Ethan lied about me supporting CPS coming to his home. If he doesn't retract, this GoFundMe is for legal fees to hold him responsible for his lies. If he retracts, this GoFundMe will be refunded. Here we got some messages. Wake up, Ethan. Free Palestine. Imagine thinking donating to Denims is supporting Palestine in any way. You absolute dumbass freak. I think it's pretty insane how she's pretty much suing the victim of her lies. Like, the timeline
270. Sorry.
we're in is insane, and in my opinion this might be an insane grift because she's basically crowdfunding for a lawsuit here, and I feel like nobody's actually going to check her books and look at the receipts if she's actually spending money the right way. Because what if she ends up pocketing all of this money and she ends up just scamming all of her simps who donated? Because I wouldn't be surprised from someone like Denims in a Hassan orbiter. Now it turns out Ethan actually responded in his recent podcast episode, and he just goes over the whole thing, including the defamatory statements. But he starts off by looking at the GoFundMe.
But anyway, she did a big push. She asked for 150,000, and this dumbass moron loser who nobody gives a fuck about didn't raise 21%, $30,000. That is not even close enough to sue me. I wish you all the best. And by the way, when she doesn't sue me, I hope that all you suckers that donated to this ask her, where's your money? That's all I'm saying.
That's what I was gonna ask you. So first of all, she gave us a letter,
which means
right?
nothing. Yeah.
Cease and desist.
She gave us a cease and desist.
Now, what is she already like collecting money for?
Exactly. That's why I'm like, you shouldn't. She's already collecting money. Imagine suing your victim. I mean, how despicable does it get?
Yeah, to anybody who donated to this, I really wouldn't trust someone as scummy as Denims here, you know? The person who implied that it doesn't even matter if CPS was called on his kids because kids don't form memories at 3 years old, that person is somehow suing. Like, I'm not buying that for a single second. I want to see the accounting. I want to see the receipts where this money is actually going, because I wouldn't put it past her to try something. Now, Ethan points out that Idubbbz actually retweeted her fundraiser.
By the way, you guys want to know something really funny? Idubbbz reposted this on Twitter. This guy is such a pathetic moron. He can't keep track of his own bullshit.
Yeah.
He goes, Ethan, suing is for like dumb, rich, out-of-touch morons. And then his friend sues me preemptively, by the way. I have not filed any legal claims against her. And he supports that.
Dude, oh my god, Idubbbz is such a complete loser, man. I can't stress that enough. Like, what a massive hypocrite. Every 2 seconds, something more hypocritical comes out about him. And Ethan was so right to call him out. He saw that his best friend turned into a complete snake, and it's just clear as day that he completely supports everyone in the Hassan group, right?
Oh, by the way, respect for Ethan for that. To recognize that somebody that you actually trust or a friend of yours turns against you at the right time, or at least at the time that won't do maximum damage, is actually quite impressive. That's not a feat that everybody can actually or does.
Even when they're doing these dumb, ridiculous lawsuits. And if she does actually end up going through with this lawsuit, she is 100% getting countersued and getting absolutely dusted in court. There is no way. Ask any lawyer. There is no way she will ever win this. Like, I love how they manipulate their audience. Like, this is not raising money for Palestine. This is raising money for herself for apparently suing Ethan or something, which is not going to result a single cent going to Palestine here. Absolutely insane. Then Ethan says that he absolutely will not be.
And by the way, at this point, because we all know that they actually support terroristic organizations, at least Hassan does, and his brownies actually probably do the same with a high probability. And if their audience supports that, well, fuck them. Good. Let them get scammed. I don't care. If somebody's that big of a dirtbag and then gets scammed and supports somebody who actually supports terroristic groups, yeah, fuck them.
Retracting his statements?
No, she says if I retract, it will be refunded. Well, I'm not retracting. I promise you with all my heart that that's not happening. People are actually donating and saying free Palestine. Like, what? Like, how?
This is not going to Palestine.
How deluded have we gotten now, where the snark hole has gotten so far, people think that donating to Denims to sue me is supporting Palestine. Yeah, free Palestine, guys. This is going to help them a lot. They're all... Actually, I heard there's a parade in Denims' honor in Gaza right now for this valiant fundraising to sue me, of course. The words of support from AB and Lena's dog. You don't remember... With the picture of the dog. $25 free Palestine. Why are you doing this,
You
dude?
people are so stupid.
Like, if you want...
Deeply weird people.
Give the money to, like, a
God.
charity for Palestine.
Get PCRF or something.
Like
You are
anything but this.
How the f is
Yeah.
giving like a pathetic waiting room begging shit tier Twitch streamer $25 to sue me helping free Gaza? Like, I'm actually having an aneurysm.
And naming it AB and Lena's dog?
Dude, this is so stupid. It's clear that these people just have a personal vendetta against Ethan, and they really just don't like him. Even in Hassan's fundraising stream, you would see that all the donations had disgusting insults towards Ethan and his wife, right? And this is what I've been talking about the last 10 videos. These people don't give a single shit about the conflict in Gaza, about the lost lives. They are purely self-interested, disgusting, unethical freaks who are using the conflict for their own gain. And what do you know? I was right on the money again. Begus is always right. I told you, they just wanted to profit off this drama, and this GoFundMe is the biggest indication of that. And I feel like if you claim you're supporting Palestine and they're giving money to Denims, I hope you go bankrupt, honestly. Like, your level of stupidity should not be allowed in this.
See, I'm not the only one that's that far. Even more Pegasus and more Pegasus, I actually watched this stuff way before I did YouTube. Guys, this is just... If he's at that point, then it's probably far enough. Let's just say it like that.
World. You are, might I say, dangerously stupid. But anyways, then we get to the actual legal message that she sent Ethan.
You published numerous false statements on your YouTube channel. Oh, really? Stating either that Denims herself filed the CPS report, never said that, morons, idiots, losers, pathetic, liars, or that Denims caused others to do so. Among our other things you stated, Denims is participating in the CPS lie, not defamatory, literally a totally fair statement.
She is participating in the lie.
100%. Denims endorsed this clearly, as you can see. She's not moderating this at all, and it's pretty much 100% of the comments saying call CPS on them. Their kids should be taken away.
Yeah.
This is actually pathetically moronic that you think this is I can't believe the lawyer even agreed to write this, frankly. This is just humiliating for
The lawyer gets their money anyway, so fuck it.
them.
This honestly looks like it was put together by Mike from PA, like an actual Reddit mod who is just simping for Denims. And can someone explain to me why they are using her streamer name in like a legal document here and not her real name? Is that even like legit? Anyways, how is this defamatory? Denims is participating in the CPS lie. Yeah, I mean, you can literally see her on stream participating in the lie, like straight up spreading misinfo and lies about Ethan's kids, and her entire chat is supporting it. She's not moderating it well, and she even defends the whole CPS thing with the whole children don't form memories argument.
March 11, you repeatedly insinuated that Denims was responsible for CPS call, labeling her the real villain of the video. Yes.
Okay.
I said she's the real villain of the video. I didn't say that she made the call. You also stated she has been a very nasty, pathetic, lying, just a horrible, disgusting person. That is literally protected speech. And I would even add to that. She's a nasty, pathetic liar and a horrible, disgusting person. And also, she's a bad streamer. She's talentless. She's a loser.
I just love how Ethan is double, triple downing here. And I hope to God that she actually tries to sue him, because then when she loses, she will actually have to pay Ethan's lawyer fees and potentially get countersued by Ethan as well. And by God's grace, hopefully she loses her career and loses everything so she can't do this disgusting shit anymore. And honestly, you can probably hear it in my voice, but I'm sick of this Hassan group, bro. Dude, every single one of these people are absolute villains. Like every video we're discovering something new about these actual like comic book villains, bro. I've never seen this level of evil in real life here. Then Ethan talks about how...
Oh, you didn't. Well, acolytes, I could tell you stories, but let's just say this. The things that they do is pikush. if you actually take into account what I seen in my own life. So let's just say it like that.
It's going to be hard to prove defamation here because her career has actually benefited from this situation.
By the way, her business is really suffering. She's like literally just making money, hand over fist. Just got $30,000 from a bunch of suckers.
Yeah, so basically in a defamation case, you actually have to prove damages, right? You have to prove that their statements have hurt your brand or career in some way. Her view count has actually only gone up in this whole drama. The perks of being a Hassan orbiter, obviously. So the only thing she can actually claim is reputational damage, but even that is going to be a complete long shot because her reputation is already kind of in the dirt. So it's going to be pretty hard to even fight on that front. Then Ethan talks about just how much he's being harassed.
This is the harassment that I'm dealing with. So she's, in my opinion, responsible from what I've seen for that call happening because of her stream that was just insanely irresponsibly broadcast. And instead of apologizing or backing down, now she's threatening to sue me. She's crowdfunding, and these people are giving her money. I mean, what kind of level of harassment and patheticness is this? And then you have Ian and you have Idubbbz retweeting it on Twitter.
Yeah, absolute snake Idubbbz always there to push another knife into Ethan's stomach there, just stab him a little bit more, and then claim you're being empathetic, right? Ultimate level of gaslighting. And just looking at this.
By the way, acolytes, you just have to accept the following. This is the Idubbbz. This is Idubbbz as he lives right now. The old one is probably just dead somewhere. A literal freaking zombie turtle would be a better choice than this.
Right? Ultimate level of gaslighting. Yeah. And just looking at the situation, Ethan cannot catch a break, bro. The CPS call, human skulls at his house, people calling his wife a terrorist baby killer, harassing his staff and employees, now threatening a lawsuit for something he's the victim of. You've got to be kidding me. Now, in response to Denims' legal message, Ethan's lawyer actually sent his own message.
Rather, this is a letter to her attorney to tell him, your client is like pathetically dumb and you must be woefully misinformed because this is embarrassing not just for her but for you. It appears your client spoliated evidence. That means erasing evidence, which, by the way, no bueno. She erased her streams as soon as they ended. As you know from watching the March 7th video, my client publicly stated he was exploring litigation against Denims. Let's pull that up. Timestamped. Wow. If you guys have any other clips of Denims saying that our kids, anything about our kids and the dog thing, I would love if you guys can compile that.
Yeah, so what I'm guessing is that she was kind of scared of Ethan's lawsuit, so for some reason she thought it would be better to strike first. But I think that's insanely stupid because he was just thinking about it. He never said he was going to go through with it, right? And now that you've poked the bear, he's definitely going to fight back, and he's definitely going to countersue, right? So you've just put a...
Definitively, probably. I wouldn't say definitively, but I would say that the chance is pretty high, especially the amount of harassment he had to endure from them and their community, and the fact that they are just, well, despicable human beings. This would actually be, in my opinion, a great motivation of doing something.
A massive target on your back, right? And I feel like the only reason she would ever get away with this is because she's kind of small fish and clearly doesn't have any money if she's crowdfunding this lawsuit, right? Then Ethan talks about her deleting VODs to hide evidence.
From just, you know, being a toddler, putting a bunch of stuff in his mouth. And other people have noted that he's talked about his dog not being the cleanest dog. Now, it has since come out...
Now, in this video, she appears to be doubling down on the insinuation that my kids are being abused in a filthy shit-ridden house, which is run by, also simultaneously run by maids and nannies. Because if you're destroying evidence, basically what that means is that we get to infer the worst from it, and that's like legal. So if she's destroying evidence, then we can assume that like, whatever we want to say bad was what she's destroying. What happened to this channel, man? There used to be content here. It's been empty. Why would you do that? Well, does that have anything to do with the fact that I said I was going to sue you, that you erased all your content?
Wow, Denims is actually brain dead. I can't believe she's actually trying this. Like, if you're gonna sue someone, you gotta have a strong case. And you also gotta not have skeletons in your closet that you can also be sued for. And deleting evidence is obviously not a good look, right? Then Ethan just goes over her stream and some of the stuff she said.
So now the house is just like covered in dog shit. And he has kids, and his kids like crawl into the dog shit, and God forbid, I don't know what they do with it. I don't know if they eat it or if it's just from like contact with it with their hands or something.
This is where Ethan tells a story about his family getting Giardia.
We already have Mold Mondays. Now we have Shit Saturdays.
Also, this is not a joking matter, by the way. It can be very severe and deadly to small children. I mean, much like many other illnesses, it's very, very, very dangerous when infants get the same sicknesses that adults get. Get it as an adult, you're totally fine. You'll be A-okay. No problem. A child, a small infant that has no immune system, shouldn't be catching anything.
No wonder his house is covered in dog shit, and he's neglected.
What the fuck is she talking about? Kids eat dirt all the fucking time. And yeah, no shit, there are some sicknesses that kids are even up to immune when they are small, and when they grow up, then it's bad. There is a sort of pox, chicken pox or something like that. Yeah, for a kid, that's no problem. But for an adult human being, it's deadly. So what the fuck is she exactly? Irrelevant. Okay.
The children raised by nannies have contracted parasites previously unknown to science from the feces. I wonder why he skipped over all of this, because everything that he said, everything that I said in this story, which by the way was apparently compiled by his crew, and he has kids, and his kids like crawl into the dog shit. I don't know if they eat it.
It makes sense why he doesn't care about Palestinian children when he is neglecting his own. How is this happening? How is it happening? No wonder this motherfucker's always sick. Yeah. It all makes sense now. It all makes sense now.
At the same time, she immediately deleted the VOD, and if you go check on Twitch Tracker, all clips were wiped out.
Yeah, I don't know. If you look at the full VOD, I feel like it's very dumb to say she did not at least contribute to the CPS call, right? She was one of the forefronts here, just streaming and spreading this false info, making everybody alarmed and escalating the situation, right? Also, didn't Denims literally apologize for doing this as well and said that she did it because she's like petty or something?
I'm obviously embarrassed by that clip of me talking about poop. I obviously don't want people to watch it, and you're streaming it for everybody to see.
Sorry?
And it's embarrassing. It's mean-spirited. It's like, hey man, I'm sorry. You know what?
Your kids eat shit. Yeah, by the way, I'm sorry. It's so mean that you show to everybody. Yeah, this is... you know the meme where a woman... throws over dirt over a wall and then more dirt comes back? Yeah.
Sorry? I'm mean-spirited for showing you
Crazy ass day.
talking about my kids eating shit. You're the victim of that.
But that's after you called me like a bitch fucking 20 times and like...
Oh, come on. Does that justify lying about my children eating dog shit that led to the...
For F's sake, I call my boss bitch. Literally. Of course it's in fun. But for F's sake, really. I just think the word... It just lost all meaning. Irrelevant.
The CPS coming to my house? Are we fucking insane?
You're right. I'm sorry for what I've done to you, but I didn't do it for no reason. I did it because of all this other stuff that you had done first.
Sorry, but that makes her sound even crazier. You don't lie about people's kids and have CPS go to their house because somebody was mean to you. Do you not see how psychotically insane, how warped and broken your brain is? Holy shit, dude.
Now, Froggy Fresh has also responded to this situation. Denims claims she'll be suing Ethan Klein, and then he responds saying, then I'm going to start one against her.
He was just posting Nazi shit, okay? I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how else to explain it other than he was posting Nazi shit. And I'm going to say it, honestly. I'm going to say, good on them for kicking him from the fight. You shouldn't have spaces that are welcoming to Nazis.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, Denims, I don't know. If you're trying to sue people for defamation, you should probably not be out here calling people Nazis without evidence, you know? Now, remember how I told you that she put a 30K bounty on someone's head?
30K to anyone who'll make this dipshit disappear?
Well, that person actually responded. Grum says Denims is threatening to sue Ethan Klein to get him to retract a statement about her getting CPS called on him. Denims put out a 30K bounty on my head and then claimed it was a joke when she got suspended and never apologized. She's not one to talk, let alone sue Ethan over this. Now, the thing is, that one was kind of a double whammy because apparently the FBI contacted Asmongold about that too, because she had Asmongold on screen when she was talking about the 30K bounty. So I don't know, Denims, you're literally making death threats here, so that's definitely something you could be penalized for. Now, Denims responded just quote tweeting saying Grums, just said his name basically. I don't know what this is supposed to mean. I think she's actually just brain dead. Yeah, this is what happens when you have no counter argument. Like, how do you even defend the clip where you're putting a bounty on someone's head, right? Denims says she enjoys people underestimating her Ethan Klein lawsuits due to misogyny.
And to all the people that are trying to explain to me, which I like, oh my God, the misogyny is crazy. It's crazy. I like I said already, I prefer being underestimated.
How is this misogyny, you absolute bumblehead? How is people explaining to you that you're gonna get dusted in court is misogyny? Like, okay, let's have a woman explain to her that she's brain dead. Maybe that will work. Now, Ethan responds a final time.
Don't sue me, Denims. Please. Please don't take the first legal action. Denims is a giant turd-eating monster whose life, financially speaking, I'm going to probably not ruin, but I do want to put her in some. I do want to. I would like to put her into some financial.
Declaring bankruptcy?
Ethan, why don't you just chill? No, what's the proper verbiage on this? Difficult day. How about no? See that sounds too bad. I'm gonna put her into a pickle. Be hearing from me more. That's all I can say. Well, I would say I would see you in a court, but I think she's gonna be begging to settle it before then. Free Palestine by donating to me to sue Ethan Klein.
I can't get over how stupid that actually is, man. Like, people actually think they're helping some war in the Middle East. They think they're freeing Palestine by donating to some streamer Denims. Like, I'm losing faith in humanity, man. You can't make this up. There's just morons everywhere. Anyways, that's it for the updates. Click this video.
Oh, more Pegasus. More Pegasus as always. Good, fair enough. I mean, for F's sake, good that he researched this stuff. It's actually quite disgusting, to be honest. The entire thing just... No, this just shouldn't exist. Simple as that. It's just... Why? Why would you even do that? Why would you just do stuff like this, go out of your way to be a miserable human being like that, and then just do it? It's just... Come on. But as it is, acolytes, good night.